Aloha from Kilipohi, Kekani Lahua, Halipohaku. We're starting inside today to show you the updates here from the inside of the holly. We have new curtains. That one's closed so you can see, and that one's open so you can see. New curtains on the big windows, and we have a sill, official cat sill for Ziggy on this window instead of just the blank board I had there before. And there's Ziggy. Oh, look at the kitty. He just wants you to pet his belly so he can bite you. Okay, one other thing. We have a shelf now. And Ziggy has a bed up there and a bed up there. Bed up there. And a bed up there. So the shelf really helps with being able to keep stuff off of the counter, so we can have more things there. Also screwed down the hot plate, so that's there, and I cut down the accumulator tank a little bit so that it doesn't overload the pump. I did have to replace the switch in the pump. I don't know why that went bad, probably from all the pressure washing we did. But there we are inside. Here's Ziggy. Alright, so let's go on outside and we'll walk you around. So we have a little rock wall here now, which is set up just as a hopefully a little bit of a protection for the ohia trees that are growing on this crack. The intention here is to abandon this trail over here, since it really actually goes into the neighboring lot a little bit. We moved all of the tiles that we have collected off of the lot up here and up here. So a lot of tiles, and I bared off this lava area. This is where we shower, but I bared this all off just to see how that works. So the eventual plan here to get up to here from where the house is going to be, this is going to be the trail here. So I'll put some drain rock in at the bottom of this so it can drain underneath. Then maybe I'll put some yard fabric in on top of that, and then put the dirt in top of that, and maybe some logs or something, and then mulch in on top of that. The primary reason we're going through this today is that tomorrow the bulldozer is going to come. So this is the last little bit of video that we'll have from the lot before it gets ripped, and so we'll have a lot of footage from that while they're doing that. But we just wanted to kind of come around and do a little walkthrough to show. Okay, so back up here at the top of the driveway, been doing a lot of work with the chipper shredder to mulch up all of the trees and shrubs and uluhe and everything else that we're pulling off of the lot. And it's all going here in this pile that runs all the way down here. As I said earlier, we've been trying to find as many tiles as we can, and with all the rain we've had recently, they bared off a lot of the area. So this is all lava that's going to be ripped, and we can't get any of these out as far as tiles go. So we're just doing what we can. This is all some rock that we stacked up yesterday. It's really nice. This kind of throws up really quick, and it's just a way to kind of delimit the driveway for the tractor operator, the bulldozer operator, so he knows where not to go. So basically the driveway is going to be right along that sort of short wall I'm going to pull that tree maybe today, later. This tree is going to stay. It's ohia, and at first I thought I was going to remove it, but I'm not going to do that. And you can see it's kind of growing sideways out of that little rock area, but we've got some cane grass growing back in here. This was all cane grass. When we got the lot, you couldn't even walk through here because it was all cane grass. So driveway comes along here. It's going to be pretty wide. We're not really sure how that pile of rock is going to work into it, but maybe we'll use that for more rock wall kind of stuff. Come along here, that stump is going to get removed, and a lot of this rock is going to get flattened out basically right along this crack that goes back up to there. And that tree, of course, is going to stay. He's really healthy. I think I've gone through a lot of this before. What's that?
It's going to go along that wall?
Yeah, so along this side, of course, you know, there's a lot of live ohia trees in here too, so we want to make sure we don't get too close to this edge. But basically we'll have him, you know, rip this off flattish if can. That's what we're hoping for. This stump's got to go, and then just sort of right along here. This location here is for the meter pole to go to, somewhere in here, either right there or maybe a little bit further out. The Helco inspector is coming tomorrow or Thursday to talk to us about where that needs to go, or whether or not that's a good spot for it, really. So then we're going to kind of run on this side. We're going to kind of run along just sort of this natural low spot here. This hump will get flattened out. This, of course, this entire high, which is probably a big lava tube, will get completely flattened out and ground down to a flat level. And then from here we'll kind of run sort of along the base of this. I'm hoping that you know, he'll rip basically that where that stake is along here down a little bit, down to count a couple feet, because we're going to have to put the footings for the house in there, but not too much into that area there, just sort of right along there, and not too much on that spot right there, because that tree is alive and well. You know, I'm sure it's going to be the case where we lose a few trees, but we want to kind of try to keep as much as we can. Of course, this whole high spot here is going to be removed. From here, we're going to try to get as close to this tree as possible and that tree as possible, and then all of this will get flattened out. So this will be sort of basically a little cliff that goes straight down right there. More tile searching going on here. This will all get leveled off, and this is quite high, so this is probably 5 or 6 feet above that plane here. So all of this stuff will get mashed down, ground up into smaller chunks by the bulldozer, and then planed off into the area. And we're going to try and keep the trio here. This, of course, is way off the lot. This line here is the is basically the property line, so it goes up there. We're going to try to come a little bit into this because we want some swing room for our turnaround. But basically everything you see cleared off here is going to be cleared. So here at the back, this is sort of where the back of the house is going to be. I'm walking basically right along the base of the lanai, the back lanai. This will all be flattened out. This ridge will be flattened out. All of these trees will be removed. There's a banyan in there that we knew we were going to have to take out because the septic tank system is going to be right here. Right in basically where that log is. The septic tank is going to go right there. But the thing is, I mean, this tree here, this is the tallest ohia tree on the lot. And we want to try to preserve him. So we're going to try to avoid his root system as much as possible. And then his companion right here is the second tallest tree on the lot, and they're both in beautiful condition, so we're going to try to keep them, our kapuna trees. So we built this little rock barrier up here to kind of remind the guy not to go too much into there. So since that stake is the edge of the house, we don't really have to go too far into here. So we're gonna try and keep him at least in this area right around here. We may have to come in and backfill with rock and cinder after this is done, after the foundation is poured, to kind of flatten the edges of this out a little bit, but that's fine. If we just pile more material onto this, I think that'll be okay. We don't have to rip it to put more stuff on top of it. It's got good drainage as it is. This is on all the rain we had. We had 5 inches of rain the other day in one afternoon. This didn't pool up at all, so it goes right through. Probably a big hole there. So this will be the limiting area for the path into the back. See if I can get up here without slipping and falling. That stake, as I said, the septic system will be right here. These trees will be removed and probably pushed off over there to be later used for underground drainage and stuff like that. Apparently there's a technique where you put down some rock and then you put some logs on top of it, and then you put other mulch in on top of that, and then you have basically a bed. So that's what we're going for that. I don't want to walk back too much back here because there's tons and tons of mosquitoes back here. But basically all of these trees will go. All of these trees will go. There's some big ohia back here. I'll just keep moving. Maybe the mosquitoes will stay off me if I keep moving. Big ohias back here, so we want to stay away from them. But this will get flattened off for the water tank. And we want to flatten out this little hump here to make it easier to get to the back. So you can almost see the back pin from here. It's probably another 60 feet back there in the sunlight. I know it's hard to see in this, but so that's the plan. All of that begins tomorrow. We're not sure how much it's going to cost to do. The septic system is $7,500, $7,800, something like that. And then the bulldozer work is $375 an hour. Plus the delivery costs, which I think is, I don't recall, I'll have to look at the thing, but it's a lot. It's a lot of money. It'll probably be about $12,000 by the time we're done with the septic and everything else. But once again, the little cabin is going to be gone someday when we get the house done. But for now, it's where it is. We don't want to keep it there because the office and everything is right there. So we'll just either dismantle it or maybe even try to pick it up and move it out to the road and put it on a truck and sell it. So there's where we are. Do we have anything to add? tried very hard to get this tree to come down, but it is not cooperating, so hopefully the guy will be okay with pushing it over. And if he's not, I'll put my Spectre line on it and he can put his bulldozer there and he'll just pull it over. The Spectre can handle, I think, 16,000 pounds braking strength in that tree. Okay.